Have you ever caught your cat staring at you like you're the most important creature on Earth? Like you've just won the feline lottery without even knowing you were playing? One minute, they're ignoring your existence, and the next they're slow blinking at you like you're in some sort of romantic indie film. Well, guess what? That might not be just your imagination. Today, we're diving into the adorable and slightly mysterious signs that your cat has officially chosen you as the one. Yep, their person, their human, their slightly less hairy life partner. And let me tell you, it's a bigger deal than getting a wedding proposal. At least with a wedding, you don't usually have to clean out a litter box. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. But wait, my cat ignores me all day and only shows up when I'm opening a can of tuna. Or, are you sure they even like me? I'm like 90% sure they're plotting something. Fair. Totally valid. But here's the thing. Cats are subtle. They don't go around wagging their tails or jumping up and down like dogs. No. Cats are like the cool kids in high school who secretly like you, but would rather eat glue than admit it. So if your cat's been doing little things like following you into the bathroom, bringing you gifts, yes, even the horrifying ones, or flopping dramatically on their back like a furry potato, you might just be their chosen human. And trust me, being the chosen one isn't just an ego boost, it's an honor. Because cats don't just give their trust and affection to anyone. You've been vetted, observed, judged, and somehow, against all odds, you passed. So grab a snack, maybe a warm blanket, and let's break down the signs that your cat thinks you're their soulmate. Or at least their favorite can opener with a heartbeat. Ready? Let's jump in. 9 lives in all. 1. Private conversations. The language they only use with you. Let's start with something that's easy to overlook. The way your cat talks to you. And yes, I said talks. If you live with a cat, you already know they're vocal. But here's the twist. Cats don't meow at each other in the wild. Adult cats pretty much reserve their meows for one specific species, us, humans. So if your cat is talking to you, especially in different tones, like chirping when you walk into the room, trilling when you head to the kitchen, or full-on yelling when you're late with dinner, it's not random. That's your cat choosing to communicate with you, like you're the VIP of the household. And let's be honest, if your cat walks into the room, looks you dead in the eye, and lets out a long dramatic "Pharaoh," you know that message is personal. There's also the blinking thing. You know, that slow, deliberate blink your cat gives you while lounging across the couch like royalty? That's not sleepiness. That's cat for "I love you." It's called a slow blink, and in cat language, it's a way of saying, "I trust you. You're safe. I'm not gonna run if you move." In the cat world, that's practically a marriage proposal. So if your cat blinks slowly at you, try blinking back. Slowly. If they return the gesture, you just had a moment. That was your rom-com scene, my friend. 2. Physical touch. Closer than close now. If you've ever woken up with 12 pounds of fluff directly on your chest, congratulations. You've been chosen. When a cat sleeps on or near you, they're not just being cute, although yes, 10 out of 10 for adorable behavior. They're putting themselves in their most vulnerable state right next to you. Because unlike dogs, who will flop down anywhere with zero shame, cats are cautious. They don't snooze just anywhere. If your cat curls up at the foot of your bed, on your lap, or directly on your laptop while you're trying to work, that's not coincidence. That's emotional attachment, even if it feels like sabotage. Now let's talk about the belly trap. When a cat rolls over and shows you their tummy, it's not necessarily an invitation to touch it. In fact, for a lot of cats, going in for the belly rub is like pushing the red button labeled self-destruct. But if your cat lets you touch their belly and doesn't immediately turn into a blender of claws and judgment, You're special. You're in the trust zone. That's a sacred space in cat culture. And you know what else is sacred? Headbutts. Yep, when your cat bumps their head against yours, or rubs their face all over you like they're brushing their teeth on your cheek, that's called bunting. It's their way of marking you with their scent. Basically saying, "This one's mine. No returns." You've officially been claimed. There's no going back. 3. Care and gifts. Feline love language. Let's talk about a cat's version of gift giving. And buckle up, because, yeah, it can get weird. Ever wake up to a dead bug on your pillow? Or find your cat's favorite toy mouse dropped right at your feet, like it's some kind of offering to the gods? This isn't random. It's not an accident. That's your cat saying, "I hunted this for you. You're welcome." It's love. Gruesome, unsettling, slightly horrifying love. And hey, if your cat is an indoor-only sweetheart with zero prey to offer, they might still bring you soft toys, socks, or anything fuzzy that looks vaguely preyish. They might even meow proudly while carrying it in their mouth, like they just took down a bear. Clap. Cheer. Be honored. Now here's the cuter side. Licking. Cats groom the ones they care about. So if your cat is licking your hand, arm, hair, or even your face, and you're brave enough to let them, they're treating you like family. Like one of their own. It's a little gross. It's a lot sweet. And yes, if you're being licked, you've been promoted from person who opens cans to important emotional support creature. They're also known to mimic grooming gestures, like nudging your hand to make you pet them a certain way, or guiding your finger to that exact spot behind the ear. They trust you to touch them like they'd touch themselves. That's intimacy, folks. It's not just fur. It's feelings. 4. Loyalty. Shadow mode activated. You ever notice how your cat has a sixth sense about where you are in the house? You move to the bathroom, they follow. You go to the kitchen. Suddenly they're rubbing your ankles. You sit on the couch? Boom, they're already there, waiting like they knew your every move, which is either very sweet or slightly creepy. But here's the truth. Cats are loyal in their own low-key, shadowy ways. They might not jump all over you with excitement when you come home like a dog does, but make no mistake, they've been watching, waiting, sometimes judging, but mostly just being there. And it's not just about proximity, it's about presence. Your cat might not always be cuddling, but they're always near, sitting by the window while you work, curling up behind your laptop, taking over your yoga mat mid-stretch. Side note, there is no more powerful force in the universe than a cat that has claimed a yoga mat. And here's something wild. Studies show that cats recognize their owner's voice, even if they don't respond to it. They know it's you. They're just choosing not to show it. Because, cat. But loyalty isn't always loud. Sometimes it looks like sitting silently beside you when you're sad, pressing their little forehead into your arm when you've had a rough day, or curling up at your feet like a quiet, purring therapist. They don't need to say much. They're just there. And that's love, feline style. 5. Signs of longing. When they're one and only. I has gone okay. Here comes the part where we get a little emotional. Because when you're gone, your cat doesn't just go into independent mode. Nope. Sometimes they miss you. Now, I know this sounds wild to non-cat people. Like, wait, cats get lonely. Yes, especially if you're the person they bonded with. If you've ever left for a trip and come home to find your cat sitting exactly where you usually sit, or lying in your spot on the bed, that's not random. That's them keeping it warm for you. That's the feline version of waiting by the window, with a tiny boombox playing love songs. Some cats even wait by the door around the time you usually get home. They know your schedule, your scent, your sound. And when you do return, oh, the drama. Some cats run up and meow at you nonstop, as if to say, "How dare you leave me for 3 days and 7 hours and 22 minutes?" Others pretend to ignore you, full-on silent treatment, but then 20 minutes later, they're sleeping on your chest like nothing happened. Classic emotional manipulation. And it works every time. And you might notice changes in behavior while you're away. They might eat less, hide more, act a little off. Why? Because their person, you, is missing. And they're just not themselves without you. Even if they don't show it right away, the bond is real. Cats don't get attached to people quickly. But when they do, it's deep, loyal, and yes, forever. So, after going through all these signs, what do you think? Has your cat been secretly declaring their eternal love for you this whole time? If they've been slow blinking at you from across the room, licking your arm like it's a popsicle, or dramatically flopping over on your laptop like, "Notice me, peasant," chances are, you're it. You're the chosen one. Not in a Hogwarts letter kind of way, but in a furry little creature who ignores 90% of the world but follows you to the bathroom kind of way. And honestly, that's even better. Because here's the thing about cats, they don't fake affection. They're not people pleasers. If a cat loves you, it's real. It's earned. It's powerful in that quiet, whisker-twitching, emotionally unavailable but soft inside way. You've been watched, tested, possibly scratched. But ultimately, you passed. You're not just a food dispenser anymore. You're not just the one who scoops the litter box and pretends not to gag. You're their person. Their safe place. Their weird, furless roommate who somehow makes them feel loved, even if you're doing it through awkward head boops and late-night cuddle sessions. And if you're still not sure, just look for the little things. The way they wait for you by the door, the way they follow you from room to room, like a tiny, judgy security guard, the way they purr just a little louder when you're having a rough day. That's love, baby. Cat style. So if your feline friend has made you feel like royalty lately, let us know in the comments. Share your story. Tell us how your cat claimed you as the one. And if they haven't yet, don't worry. Just give it time. Or treats. Probably both. And hey, before you go chase your cat around with a camera trying to catch them blinking slowly at you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos just like this one. This channel is for every cat lover who's ever whispered, "I love you," to a sleeping furball and meant it with their whole heart. You're not weird. You're one of us. And your cat totally knows it, even if they pretend they don't. Thanks for watching, stay cozy, and give your cat a little extra treat from us today. Unless they're on a diet. In that case, just give them a box. You know they'll love it more anyway. See you in the next one.